Hi team. In this video, I want to talk to you about private equity bidding strategy as it relates to the indication of interest. And I thought the best way to kick this off would be with a quick story about Stephen A. Schwarzman, Chairman and CEO of the Blackstone Group. In 1982, a young Steve Schwarzman, who at the time was an investment banker that chaired Lehman Brothers' M&A committee, was advising CSX Corporation on the sale of 2 daily newspapers. Initial bids were submitted by 3 bidders. Morris Communications bid $200 million. Cox Communications bid $135 million, and the Gannett Company bid $100 million. Now, in response, the client CSX Corporation was eager to move forward with Morris Communications immediately. But Schwarzman advised that his client wait. Rather than reveal the bids, he kept the sums concealed and organized a second round of sealed bids. With such a discrepancy, he reasoned that there was no way Cox and Gannett would catch up. So instead, the objective was to convince Morris that the offers received were so tightly grouped that another round was required so that one party could separate themselves from the pack. Which is wild because Morris was already the winner by a sum of $65 million. But believing that the competition was tight, Morris Communications raised their bid to $215 million. For Warren Hellman, the president of Lehman Brothers at the time, Steve had a God-given ability to look at a transaction and make something of it that others would miss. Now today, a sealed bid auction is common, but at the time it was largely unheard of. Schwarzman, who credits himself with pioneering the concept, reportedly claimed, "We made it up as we went along." As the story goes, no one else would have had the guts to get an extra $15 million out of Morris Communications when the bids were so far apart. But this is what makes the price discovery process in private equity largely human. All 3 bidders had the exact same information about a couple of newspapers that jointly generated $6 million in operating income. And yet somehow the top bid was twice that of the 3rd highest bidder. To further encourage the absolute top bidder to reach beyond their initial valuation, it only took a little doubt, easily instilled by communicating that another round of bids was required. Now, the CSX Corporation anecdote is decades old, but to act as though the process has since been refined to eliminate strategy and gamesmanship would put any party at a disadvantage. And to help those new to the industry navigate this process, we've outlined a few items that should always be considered as part of every IOI submission process. We will be outlining these in future installments, but otherwise, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, team.